Okay, so hello to everyone. So my name is Kasia and I'm working as a UX researcher, and today we are having like a UX day at Reaktor because we had previously like a great speech of Paulina, who made nice introduction to like a product design and UX design in general. And I will be speaking about like one specific part of this process, yeah, but really like a basic one. And hopefully I'm gonna like my message is like it should be important for you as well. It's not that common, especially in Poland still. And about UX, so UX is when like people design with people for people. So as you may figure out that knowing people well is quite important in this process, yeah? And researchers are there for like get to know people well, yeah, to understand. So my work is to empathize with people, to get to know them, to identify their needs, their problems, what their struggles are, and to actually map some kind of behaviors, yeah, some habits, and so on and so forth, yeah. And we use different tools and different like methods to reach this. Obviously, we observe people, we speak with them. Sometimes we do something with them together, or maybe we ask them to do something for us. Sometimes we build something with our like end users, so with your clients, just to like get access to their like creativity and knowledge. So, and you obviously, I know you don't have time, and especially at the beginning, like startups don't have money, and obviously you are super busy, and there are like plenty of more important stuff you should focus on. But like my aim today is to actually convince you that research should be like a part of this, especially at the very beginning, because actually it's like it is said that like startup entrepreneurs like are there to solve some kind of problems, yeah. So it's like a crucial for you to understand this problem well, because you may spend like 1 year or maybe 2 years of your life, which is kind of precious, yeah, and a lot of money and a lot of hard work, like to build like your first MVP. And then you're gonna like test it on the market, yeah? And you never know what you're gonna get. So researchers are there to actually help you to minimize this risk, because it's risky, it's always risky. Yeah, but on the other hand, like research are also like time consuming and expensive, and you have to like have some skills, and it's not that easy. But like I'd like to convince you that you can like apply this kind of research mindset into your company from the very beginning, and it's actually for free, because you can try to like wear the researcher shoes and do some stuff on your own. Okay, so where to start? Yeah, so. So I'd like to convince you to actually go and just meet your clients, your users. So when you think about your project, there is like at the end, there's always like some people there. Yeah, your clients, your users, you always work for people. So it would be awesome for you to actually get to know these people, to go to the field, as we say, like as researchers, and actually observe them, speak to them. And I put here like the picture of this beautiful cottage because I'd like to say something about ethnographic research. Ethnography is like a tool, it's like a method, and it is rooted in like this tribe culture observation, yeah? And the idea is to actually live with people for a really brief moment, to get to know them. Yeah, actually to go somewhere, to sit, to observe, to actually have a chat with some people, try to do stuff that these people do usually, to actually try to live their lives for a very brief moment. So it's like my aim today is like to convince you, like at the very beginning of your like entrepreneurial like journey, to try to actually live your client's life for a few days at least, yes, to see if you are right, if your assumptions are actually right. And so I said, like, just go and just see what's there, what these people do, and just talk to them. It's like, obviously researchers do interviews, yeah, we speak with people, so I encourage you to speak to your users. Obviously it's not that easy because you have to find the right people and you have to know how to speak to them. And if you're not experienced, it's like, my tips for you is, firstly, don't talk only to your friends and your like co-founders and so on. Just go and meet some strange people, yeah? Try to speak with them, but don't ask questions about products, about your idea, about their needs, about what they want, because people never say what they really want, because maybe they don't know, maybe then they don't care, maybe they are too nice to actually say something you're not expecting to hear, yeah, or maybe just they've never like thought it over, yeah, because they just don't care. So speak with people about their lives, yeah, just collect these stories and always record it. Yeah, I know it's like kind of freaky, yeah, but it's really important, because at the end of the day, you will remember only what is important for you and not what was really important for these people. And really, it's only like a couple of hours and your mind's gonna like process it and you won't remember like the crucial things, yeah? And when you collect these stories, then at your home, try to answer your questions, like, based on the like life stories of these people, and collaborate. So sometimes it's really even hard to figure something out when you observe and when you talk to people. Sometimes the only way is to make people do something with you, yeah? So you can actually, I don't know, just maybe organize some workshops or invite people even inside to your company, try to build something together, try to prototype with them, and you will be really like surprised and amazed, because it's not that only like creative people can innovate. Like really, like every single average person is super creative, yeah. And if they care about like your product and something, I don't know, you can. It's like a huge amount of inspiration and nice tips for your business, yeah. And so, what about like global businesses? So you don't have money, you don't have resources, you don't have people, and obviously your dream is like to build a company with a global scope. And it's not a problem that much as well. Obviously your users are like everywhere and also like far, far away from you. But you can also try to reach them somehow. For example, just find them or somewhere there on the internet. You can just talk to them via like through Skype or something. And what we sometimes do at Dots, for example, just imagine that, for example, we'd like to check what are like the habits, like mobile habits of Korean teenagers, something like that. So, for example, we go to like a hostel in the center of Warsaw. We are sitting there like actually for the whole day, like in the kitchen or in this shared space, and we are waiting for the right person to come. No, really, no, because we can't afford, obviously, to go to Korea like only for this research purpose. Yeah, it's too expensive, it's time-consuming, but you can somehow do it like in some other way. And basically, like in some further steps, because I'm speaking about like this initial part of research, and for example, my work now is only like remote work, and I'm testing like global scope software, and I'm sitting in Warsaw, yeah? And it's always like through WebEx or something, we show mockups and so on. So it's super cheap, and obviously we can collect some kind of data. Maybe it's not that awesome as like this face-to-face contact, but anyway, like just like comparing like money you spend on this kind of activity, I guess it's like a good solution. and prototypes. So when you actually collect like this first part, and then you have like the need to check your idea, it's super hard to explain people something with your words only. So it's crucial to build something, to do a mock-up, maybe to build something like an object out of the cardboard or just anything to actually show your idea to people. And it's easier, really, like to show something and base all this interview around this thing. And obviously, it's super easy to be biased, yeah, because you have some experience. Obviously, if you are like a co-founder, it's your child, yeah. So you have to be really careful, and it's really important to do it like it's like a team-wide play, I would say. So just do it like in 2 people, maybe 3 people, because you can somehow minimize like the risk of this all biases. What can I say more? Obviously, it would be great to have someone like with these skills inside your team, but it's not that easy at the beginning. But maybe you can maybe you know someone, or you can ask for some guidance from like the more experienced person. Okay, and now, because I'm now saying that that you can do research and that's all. Yes, it's awesome because some research is always better than no research, but it's quite risky at the other hand, because when you do research in the wrong way, or you like making wrong, you're getting like a wrong findings, it can like change the path of your like business. So it's really crucial to be super open-minded and like to do it like in more than one person. And obviously it would be great to have someone with UX skills in your team at the very beginning. So there was like one question to Paulina. So where is like the right time to hire someone with UX skills? Yeah. So I would say like the opposite is maybe not the opposite, but from my perspective, like the researcher, it's like someone who should be there from the very beginning, yeah, to do like maybe to guide you at least to do like this initial part, because it really can save you lots of time, yeah, and you can like do like the less iteration afterwards. So it's awesome if you have like money, or if you have someone on board from the very, very beginning. Okay, so. And this is like my main tips for you from my today's speech. So everything is lean now, yeah? We have lean startups, we have lean UX. So actually research can be lean as well, yeah? So you can do it like faster, cheaper, and actually you can start doing it on your own from the very beginning, yeah? Make it team-wide. Not only because you can be like you can get biased, but it's really like it can change the mindset. So in my work, I sometimes even like invite developers like to call in to listen, yeah, like just like at least one interview, and never like allow designer to test their design. So, and it's another tip. Maybe I should have told it like a little bit before, because it's super common, especially in Poland. But that's awesome that UX designer, they have this kind of research skills. That's super important. But on the other hand, it's not good when like the designer is testing their own design. Yeah, just like to be clear and to be honest with yourself. It's really super hard to be that open-minded and to really do that. So it's quite good to divide these duties and make it C-level. So it doesn't mean that the researchers should be like with the C, yeah? But that means that invite C-level people as well, yeah? Just at least for like a one interview, or maybe they should actually go outside and see like the real people, because decisions are in their hands, yeah, and it's like their business, and they should be like, they should gain like really good understanding on what they're working on. So yeah, just start, and really you will be surprised. Yeah, just you can just try. And there are like 2 rules, like the Silicon Valley rules about research, and Paulina were talking already about one of it. It's like 3 people each Thursday, but it's like in this later phase of the like product development. And there is like another one, like 2 hours every 6 weeks for C-level people, just to go outside and to observe. It's about ethnography. Yeah, so this is like a rule to actually see the real life. Yeah, because really, guys, it's that we live in a bubble. Yeah, and when you work in a tech industry, and when you are interested in the startup world, you are not an average person, and the real life is like really far away from you. And it's really good from time to time to actually go and to see like the real people, or the people you're working for, because actually you work for people, yeah, and you're gonna get money from them. So, and I like to say a few words about one project, because actually we know each other with Paulina, and we did like some projects together, and but it's like coincidence that we are today together, and it was pretty funny. So once our task was to design app for work, yeah? So what was our approach? We started with ethnography, as always. So we were literally like sitting for 4 days at office, and we were shadowing people. We were just sitting, staring at them. We were like, really, yeah, this is like shadowing, yes. So we were checking their hard drives, their notes. We were like listening to their bullshit talking, like coffee bullshit talking during breaks and so on. And this is like always the best, the best moments, and you can find really like the best insight during this time. And then we collected all this information, we built personas, we mapped the process, yeah, what we have, what we should do. And then we ran like 1 week design sprint, and Paulina was talking about design sprint as well, and this is really like an awesome process. And what was great that we invited like other people. So we had like a researcher, designer, we had like a UI, like a graphic person there. There was like a tech guy from IT, and like the business owner, and it was crucial, yeah. So, and we were sitting for the 1 week, and we had like, we prepared all this insight, and we were prototyping, we were testing, yeah, and at the end of the week, we had actually ready mockups and already tested, ready to be coded, yeah, only in 1 week. Actually, it was quite difficult for us to convince these people to sit with us for 1 week, because they said 1 week is like, oh God, it's too long, yeah, it's a waste of time. But actually, normally it would take like a month or maybe 2 to go through this process. And it was crucial to have all these people like on board, because it's quite hard, especially for a researcher, to know everything. Sometimes I know what user want, but I don't know if it's expensive. Maybe from the IT perspective, it's not that comfortable to apply it, and so on. And maybe like that some business KPIs are somewhere in a different place. So like when we have all these people gathered in one place, we can have like a constant feedback, yeah? So I don't have to wait for an email or something, and I don't have to call. We can actually sit together and decide like immediately. And that's all. Thank you. Okay, so the question was, what is like the biggest challenge for me? Okay, so the biggest challenge for me now here in Poland is that like research are not maybe like like research are not always there, so still we have to like waste some energy and time to explain people what we are working on. Yes, what actually, what do I do? Yes, while for example UX designer need my work as well, and so on. So actually I don't like struggle with any other things, but with this kind of questions, and sometimes it's sometimes I have to sell my work before I start. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of like this education part of the market, but I guess it's gonna change in few years, because like when I observe like different countries and markets, so like researchers are really like the core part, like people in the like design teams already. So I guess it's the way.
Very cool presentation. Actually got me excited about it. But one nagging question I have is, how do you find these people to give you their time? Like, how do you find C-level people to give you 2 hours every 6 weeks, or a room full of vested people to sit in the conference?
Okay, so my tip wasn't that I'd like to like speak with C-level people. I'd like them to go and like, so it's their task to go and speak with their users, yeah? Or maybe not even speak, but like actually like go outside and spend time in the real life. And maybe not in a fancy places, not in like the places that they usually go to, but actually it depends on what are you working on, yeah? On like what do you do with your startup, yeah? But actually there's always like people at the end, so. And how do we find people? I don't know, we simply just, we always try to think who they are, where they go to, and we go there as well, yeah? And we're just waiting for them and ask. And it's not that hard, because if you ask question to people, that if you ask for some kind of help, it's not a problem, and very often people are super excited about some products, and the products are important for people very often, yeah? And as I was talking about like solving problems, yes? So when startup really like solve a problem of people, so for them it's super important as well, because they have a problem, yeah? So they help you, and they can just get something in return, yeah, because your product will help them with in some way, yeah. Okay.
All right, so let's assume that I convince my co-founder and the business people, and that we hire a UX designer or product designer, and we pay for this for some time. And you said that the designer shouldn't test his or her design. So how we can actually test the design done by the designer after some time, and not again spend a lot for it, on it?
I know it's cruel, but it would be like perfect if you could hire like a researcher as well. Yeah. So, but before you actually design something, it would be good to collect some kind of data and make some collect some insights before. And when you have like a designer, you can always, I don't know, it would be good to have this person in a team, really.
I think a lot of times designers don't understand the specific niche, and you don't give them enough data. A lot of things are, as founders, already in your head. So there's a researcher person that comes before, like this specific case was, I had no idea what those people want, like really. I couldn't even like get into their shoes because this is a specific niche. And this ethnography was just crucial for figuring out the features that we were working on and to understanding what the problems of those people are.
So we would never like, we would never had a chance to actually like map the process and build the personas without this research, because we don't know. It was like a specific app for specific people in their working environment. We never worked like that, and so on. So it's like, it's like a black magic. So actually, it was like the only way to do it right. Yeah.